Okay, let's start. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Welcome to the Financial Data Analytics class. So tonight topics we will review from all of the class that we have follow from week 1 until week 11, session 1 until session 11. And then this unit learning outcomes that we are going to describe and distinguish what is the data concepts, decision support, system, data warehouse, data analytics, and then applying data analytics and visualization, analyzing structures, extract accounting trails, audit procedures, etc. So maybe we are not going to go detail because of the time constraint, but we are going to discuss this in a big, talking it in the big picture, because I think the final exam from Professor Kisor will cover into the application of the financial data analytics. So we need to have industry understanding, and then data science approach understanding, and then the technical understanding. But I'm sure that since the technical is there already on the assignment 1 and assignment 2, I think the final exam will be more into theory, because the time is real time, isn't it? No, only 3 hours or 2 hours kah?
2 hours, Pak.
2 hours. So supposedly no technical there, but more into your understanding of the topics that we have been learning within the semester. So in topic 1, you were discussing on the introduction, business case for data analytics, and then barriers to adoptions, and how to leverage data to improve the organizational performance. Okay. And in the topic 2, we talk about data concepts. What is the data quality? What about data warehouse? What is business intelligence? And then in the topic 3, big data. So I think from topic 1, what will be the questions? What will be the questions for the barriers to adoption? What is the how to improve the organizational performance using the data? This is the area that you need to. I think I smell the question from that points. Yeah.
How Pak Jerry, sorry I'm late. Just finished meeting, Pak.
Okay, we just start, Ashwin. Waiting for you all.
Thank you.
We need to be ready to the question of how to improve your organizational performance by leveraging the data. And then what is your barrier to adoption? Yeah, what is your barrier to adoption? And then what is the case for data analytics that is happening, yeah, in your area? And how did data analytics create as a game changer, yeah, to overcome the problem in your industry? So I think the question will be more into general, and he want to see whether you understand how to implement the financial data analytics into the industry. Number 2 will be the data concepts. So you must understand what is the data. What kind of data is there? Is it quality data or non-quality data? How to create quality data? How to maintain quality data? And then the data warehouse. So the data warehouse, every company has data warehouse. So in the data warehouse, you will need to the data will be scattered for the transaction data, for the demographic data, for the historical data, and how do you use business intelligence, yeah, to create the data, to create the master data using the data warehouse. Okay, let me explain it to you a bit. So this is just a general idea of the questions that we need to prepare. Okay. 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 So in the data quality in the data warehouse, there is data. Yeah, there is, and then how to make business intelligence to create the combination of the three data using SAS. Yeah, forget not to say SAS, because if you are talking about business intelligence, SAS is the in the front yard. Yeah, because we conduct left join, right join from this A data, B data, C data. How SAS will create the new master data combining left join from this A, B, and C, and create the master data that is ready to analyze. And then in the business intelligence, we also talking about data visualization. So you cannot visualize the data. So the garbage in, garbage out. If your business intelligence SAS data developing the new data, the new master data, if the data not right, you code it wrongly. Yeah, so we need to analyze year 2020 until 2021 or 2019 to 2021 to analyze COVID. So we should use where the year start at 2019 until 2021. Yeah, so you must ensure that the data is correct before you develop the Tableau business intelligence, Tableau data visualization. Yeah, so the business intelligence is very closely related with the dashboard visualization in Tableau. SAS provide the data, Tableau serving the data for to be consumed by the high-level management. And then on the big data, we are all in the big data area. Yeah, big financial data. The data is out there. Yeah, there are. We will talk about it later. The velocity, the volume, the speed. Yeah. So we need to understand big data concept. Professor Kishore must be asking about this. Yeah. What do you know about big data? What is the big data concept? What is the architecture of the big data? what is the big data value proposition towards your company? How to make the data in the big data server talking to you using the SAS and Tableau. SAS combining all those data, the transaction data, product holding data, the patient data, the customer data, and create a master table. And then the Tableau read those data and serve what is it in the data. Is there any, do you see any problem? Do you see any suspicious charts? Yeah. So is there any relation with is there any relationship whether this kind of sickness towards the patient and the doctor, etc. So find the anomalies within the data, anomalies. And then in the topic for SQL, I don't think the question will be technical because it is only 2 hours. But the understanding of the difference between the understanding of how SQL, wait a second. All right. So basically, if the questions coming to the surface maybe around basic queries, yeah, but I don't think it will be queries, yeah. So but just prepare, yeah. Maybe on the high level of SQL, what does it mean? So there are, wait a second. There are,
Apa it's all about theory?
I think not only theory, but also the implication of the data analytics within the industry. So, and then seeing the whole picture from there is the data here, big data, and then the big data is there on the data warehouse, whether this is the data of the transaction, data of transaction, data of product holdings, data of this demographics, and then this is the data warehouse. And then whether the yes, Ella.
So it's gonna be a case study?
Case study, maybe.
You haven't seen the questions yet?
No, I don't know. So because Pak Roni also asking just now to Professor Kishore, but no clue yet. Yeah.
It's next week.
Yeah.
Will Professor Kishore give or not, or he said he will not give?
No, I don't know. So Pak Roni that is having the conversation with Pak Kishore. So I think the questions is not going to be technical. I think because only 2 hours. Impossible for 2 hours talking about technical. So the technical is there already. We have done that. The SAS and Tableau. Now, supposedly, on your understanding of the topics for the whole semester. Yeah. So this is the data warehouse. And then the data warehouse goes into the business intelligence. In the business intelligence, we are talking about SAS to create the new table. The new table that is combining all of this data and Tableau to visualize the new table, visualize in Tableau to identify anomalies of the data, to identify whether there is problems within the company, to identify whether there is decrease, or identify the area that needs to be improved, area to improve within the company. So okay, we have problem here. This area needs to improve. Or this area working in a proper manner. Oh, this area is not good. So basically, the dashboard will be telling what the company has achieved, whether it is good or bad. The report is there. So if there is SAS data, and then there is visualization, and then there is report. Report also in Tableau, can be in Tableau or can be in SAS. You can develop your report in Tableau or in SAS. So okay, there is the big picture of the big data warehouse, business intelligence, SAS, reporting, visualization, and finding anomalies. Okay. And then the audit trails. The audit trails, we conduct from the SAS, we try to identify whether there is frauds there. So is there any missing data? So we do it with SAS. And then audit procedures, concept and audit evidence testing. So audit procedures will be that the SAS and the Tableau visualization will be a control, monitoring of the company performance. So sales is going up, going down. Is it accordingly with the target of the company? So in Tableau, you can set up, there is target, there is actualization. So the concept of control is identifying whether the performance is accordingly with the target. Is there any gap from the performance and the achievement, from the target and the realization? If there is gap, what is the countermeasure to deal with that? And then dashboarding. Dashboarding, we develop visualization to identify what is the problem within the company, and mapping. So this is the big picture of the topics within the semester. So let's discuss it in a little bit deeper. Right. So the age of the analytics. Data and analytics capabilities has been made a leap forward. So I give different approach compared to Professor Kishore. So I did not follow your class, but I will seeing it as in my eyes, having the Professor Kishore material. So the data and analytics. If there is data and no analytics, and data, if you have data, you need to have the analytic people to make the data sing for you. You have the data, but you cannot make the data sing for you. So that is useless. Yeah? So in order to do the analytics, there are sophisticated algorithm. Many algorithm has been developed. Computational power and storage has been improved. Yeah. So in the analytics, we have a lot of tools. Python, R, SAS. This is the top 3 in the world. Python, R, SAS. For this semester, we use SAS. For the next semester, because SAS is now declining, and Python is increasing. The usage of Python is increasing because this is open source, and SAS is you need to pay a license, very expensive, and only American company use it. Like Visa use it, Nielsen use it, mostly American company. And so in the next semester, maybe the machine learning language that is used will be Python, maybe. Yeah, because less market here in Indonesia, or not less, yeah, decreasing market, because people now converting to Python. The Python will be coding as well. Yeah. Coding intense. But the language much easier using SAS, I tell. SAS is the most easiest coding language compared to Python and R. Yeah. Because we can use rock SQL. Very easy. Yeah. So the analytics capability is highly needed. Yeah. We have learned SAS. There is a SAS SQL. This is what makes you data analytics. Yeah. SAS and Tableau. The combination of SAS and Tableau embed within you, yeah, is your competencies, supposedly becoming your competencies if you want to be in the market of data analytics. Yeah. So, but there is barriers to adopt for the data analytics. Many organizations have responded to competitive measures by making large technology investment. Yeah. We buy SAS. And then we pay almost 1 million. But only for a year. Yeah, yearly basis, yeah. Only for certain user. So very expensive for SAS. We invest in technology. We invest in big data. Yeah? So the barrier to adoption is the investment. Very expensive. And then the other barriers to adopt is the second component is building out the underlying data. So basically the data is not robust, yeah. Data problem. So there are not, data culture is not there in Indonesia yet. The data culture. Yeah, so the data, we have a lot of problem in data. Let's say that BPJS data problem, BPS data problem. Yeah? the BPS data, BPJS data, yeah, the banking data. Yeah, I tell banking data also problem, because when we people coming to the customer service, and then how much money do you make for a month? He said 1 million, and then he put 1 billion. So it happens. And then he thought, okay, supposedly he put the name of the parents. Oh, I forgot to put the name of the parents. And then he put, you know what he put? Luna Maya. It happened. So the data culture is not there yet. So people still not disciplined on the data. Yeah? So a lot of data cleansing required. So in order to develop a good data analytics, we need to have a clean data, which is, this is the 70% of the project, cleaning the data. Yeah? Cleaning the data. Missing data, wrong data. Yeah? So the second barrier to adopt is data collection or that struggle in data underlying. And then many incumbents struggle with switching from legacy data system to the store or big data. Yeah. So a lot of regulation. Like in a bank, we cannot put data in the cloud. So there is rules from regulator that cloud, so we cannot, the banking data cannot put in the cloud. Yeah. So we have to buy the server, high investment to create our own big data. Because if we rent a space in the cloud, the data is not safe, something like that. So coming back to the investment. And then the third element is acquiring the analytics capabilities. So we need to have people with the capabilities. Yeah. We need to have a people with the capabilities. You see, you've been there yourself. You've been there yourself. So it is not easy to have the capabilities or for the analytics to gather insight from the data. Not easy. You need to read books. You need to have more projects, yeah, to gain your capabilities. You cannot just, okay, I've done the workshop, the capabilities is there. Not yet. Yeah, you need to be tortured with the projects, yeah, to develop capabilities within you, to derive insights from the data. Yeah. So my suggestion is, if you want to read, if you want to go deep into the SAS, try to read the last book that I sent you to create, yeah, clustering model with SAS, yeah, regression with SAS, and then SPM with SAS, and then random forest with SAS. So the book is there already. So you can improve your SAS capabilities. Or the company, if there is no people with the capabilities, they outsource to specialists. This is where you can also take part in. So people can outsource to Iqbal, let's say. Oh, Iqbal, can you get some insights from the data? Oh, Wiryawan, can you create finding the insight of the data? Oh, Ashwin, you have SAS. HSBC also using SAS. Can you get the insights from the data? What is happening? Yeah, so you need to more hands-on to the data. HSBC using SAS kah, Aswin? Aswin?
I'm in the corporate banking part, so I'm not quite sure, Pak.
All right. Okay. I think HSBC using SAS. Yeah. And then the fourth element is changing business process from to data insights. So currently, company using data only for reporting. Only. Okay, what is the report? What is the report? So we need people to drive the culture from reporting to predicting. Predictive modeling, something like that. This requires people with the capability of data insights, yeah, within the organization. If any question, please ask, yeah, just ask. No need for me to ask. Okay. And then the lastly, organization need to build the capabilities of the executive and the mid-level manager. Yeah, I myself, the director, was the director. And then I control Indonesia, Philippines, IPVMC, Indonesia, Philippines, Vietnam, Myanmar, Cambodia, projects, mostly codings all. Yeah? That's why even the director must be responsible for the job that his subordinates. Yeah? So if they are doing with the SAS, I must understand SAS. If they use Python, I must understand Python. If they use R, I must understand R. So do not say my religion is SAS only. I cannot go into other religion. No. So if the position is yours, then you have to understand all language. So basically, minimum you have one to master, one language, which is you already done, SAS. And then digital natives companies have a huge natural advantage, yeah? And it is harder for the traditional companies to change their existing system. All right. So what is the stage of the financial data analytics? The stage. So this is, I think this point also giving a good score point if you can see this from this perspective, yeah. Maybe if the question will be like what is the stage of the financial data analytics or the analytics maturity? This is the quite questions. I think Professor Kishore will give questions from this slide if I were him. So this is about the analytics maturity. What is the analytics maturity in your company? Oh, still standard reports just to see what happened. Okay. Oh, there is ad hoc report. Okay. But how often? Okay, there is query intensive to see what exactly is the problem. So when, okay, we have sales going down. Okay, use Tableau. Okay, use SAS. And then which department having decrease? And in each department, who is the person in charge that making it decrease the most? So query intensive, yeah. And then what is the next maturity level? Alerts. So you already create alert. If the sales going down like this, there is alert. So there is control. So we talk about audit control. monitor. Okay, there is some control indicator. If it exceeds this, then the alert ringing. Yeah. If the sales going down more than 10%, you have to alert. So people will notice and discuss on the countermeasure on the problem. And then the next maturity is statistical analysis. You try to create the regression models, yeah, the binary logistic models, the multinomial logistic models, yeah, to see which variable determine the sales the most, which variable determine the churn the most. So you identify, okay, which department determine the sales the most. So you will notice, okay, this department is critical. Okay, this variable is critical. And then the next maturity level is forecasting. With the statistical model, you create forecasting. Okay, there is y equal to constanta plus ax plus bx. Okay, so the y is sales. So you make the forecast. This is the coefficient. I think you already learned this from the business analytics, yeah. So the question is, how will the business analytics make a difference, becoming a game changer into your daily activities? How the business analytics methods giving changes in the way you see the problem. So the class on the business analytics, financial data analytics is the objective is to make your eyes see something different way, in different perspective. And then, okay, you have the forecast. And then, what is this? Predictive model. Ah, all right. So who will going churn? Who will be buying that? Who will be approved for the HSBC card? Who will be rejected? So you create a predictive model. Yeah. And then prescriptive model. What is optimization? Yeah, this one is optimization. What is the best that can happen? So how you optimize the model. So what is your level of analytics maturity? Yeah. So in each, okay, maybe the question like this. Okay, I am in the standard report. If I want to go, okay, I am in the query analysis. If I want to go into the forecasting, what do I need? Will be what do I need within the capability, the tools or the technology, and then the training. Yeah, what is their current capabilities, tools, and technology? What is the new? Yeah, the objective, the new capability that you need. Okay, previously I only has the query. Okay, query. Okay, the new is the predictive model, forecasting atau predictive model. So the tools before only, let's say SQL. Now we need, let's say Python. We need SAS. Okay, or R. What is the training? So if you want to move from one capabilities into the other, what is required to improve the business value? The more to the right, the more to the right, the more you have better decision making. The more you move to the right, the better you have improvement in the decision making. Right. Any questions? Okay. If the question in this area will be very interesting. Okay. What is the core concepts in data analytics? The core concept will be data preparation. This is time consuming. 70% of the time will be on the data preparation. Yeah, you can imagine left join, right join, select data from here, there, where the data is using the ProcSQL. That is on the data preparation, creating the right data. Before the data can be analyzed, it must be identified, prepared, and then maintained for repeat analysis. In many cases, data from different sources must be brought together to form a cohesive picture. Without the right tools, data preparation can be challenging, time-consuming, and part of the analytic process. So we have learned the data preparation using SAS. We have learned that. Data preparation. Next in the data concept is explore and analyze. Search, explore, and analyze. When the data is brought together, so the data becoming one. From three data, so ProcSQL A, ProcSQL A, B, and C, yeah, from A, B, and C, then become master data. When the data is brought together in the master data, to be truly useful, it must provide an interface that support the business users need to search, explore, and analyze. Yeah. So we need to make sure all the data that need to be explored or searched by the high-level management is there already. So when you select, so this is A, B, and C, you select the data of a transaction, A dot transaction dot B dot ID, and then C, what do you call it? So all this data is accordingly with the objective to explore and search by the high-level management. What keeps the high-level management awake at night? So you must prepare the data where all the elements is there that keeps the high-level management awake at night. Yeah. And then create your visualization. So the data is there, create a visualization, and then you can, using the Tableau, you can see, oh, okay, there is increase in sales. Oh, in this, for this category, B, C, and D, the chart is high, very low, and high, and very small. So you can see what is the data telling you. And then you can go deeper. Okay, from A, B, and C, you can see from A1, A2, A3. Okay, from there, you can going up again. A1A, A1B, A2A. So, will telling you a different story. Will be more deeper in giving insights to you towards the problem on the company. So create visualization. And then number 4, collaborate and share the insights drawn from the visual analytics, and then disseminate, share with the people that can take action from it. Yeah. So this is very critical as well. Sometimes you have a good report, you have a good visualization, you identify the problem, but you speak to the wrong person that do not has the authority to make any game changer. So you have to collaborate and share with the right person on the result of your insights. Ya, kapish?
Pronto, Pak.
Alright. Okay. So, data and analytics can overcome human limitation in decision making. Yeah. Human has limits, but when you can have the eye of Kakashi Sensei, what do we call it? Byakugan kah? Byakugan, not Byakugan. Okay, in Naruto cartoon, the name is Byakugan. From the eye of, using the Byakugan eye, you can see the unseen. Using the data, you can see the path that is going to the right way and to the wrong way. Usually, high-level management more into the judgment. But since we have Wiryawan here, that he can make use of the data, yeah, create the clean data, and then visualizing it and identifying the problem area that keeps the project awake. So, all right, when there is problem, people will come to Wiryawan. After the class, every people in the company, when they have problem, they should come to you because you can see what they cannot see. Since you have the ability of using SAS and Tableau, or if you have the data, you can slice and dice it in Tableau and finding the problem. Yeah, finding the problem of the area, and then focusing which variable determine the problem the most. So catching the thieves, catching the source of the problem area, catching the anomalies, catching the frauds. Yep. And if you can increase your capabilities from the SAS, because we haven't, okay, we are already there in the regression. I already have the class for regression, but not yet the clustering model, and not yet the other models. Yeah, so the book is there. If you want to master it, read it and implement it. Okay. So data and analytics can overcome human limitation in decision making. Yeah. So yeah, such as on the smart cities, yeah, insurance, to identify whether Wiryawan will be approved or reject by the insurance company. Healthcare, yeah, to identify on the biotech, yeah, to identify this vaccine cure the most. But accordingly with the ages categories. For this age categories, this vaccine cure the most. This age categories, this vaccine cure the most. So that is using the analytics. Yeah? You can use Tableau as well to identify which vaccine that cure the most on the ages categories. Criminal justice. labor markets. Yeah. So basically, your competencies now in SAS and Tableau can be used in all industry, all industries. That's why I'm changing industries, because I've been in the bank. Okay, I understand the business in the bank, and then I move to market research. Okay, basically what I use is the same. And then move to digital payment gateway. So basically what I have is when I was in bank, I use SQL, Microsoft SQL. And then when I was in the market research, I use R. When I come to digital payment, I use SAS. The point is that you understand how it works. Understand how it works. If you can drive a car, you can drive any car. Yeah. The point is that you know how to drive a car. So it must not be Toyota, it must not be Honda, any car, but you know how to switch gears. You know how to brake the car. That is the point. Yeah? So do not limit yourself. Oh, I cannot do the coding. Okay, no. If you limit yourself, you already put a ceiling above your head. You cannot jump more than 20 centimeters, then yeah, you cannot jump. So you have to break the wall and then reshape it again. And you must format yourself that with the can-do attitude. Can-do attitude. If you want to get into the analytics market. Okay. So the data. Yeah. The data is there. There are structured data and unstructured data. Yeah. We have the data text. Data can be text, numbers, graphics, image. This is unstructured. Yeah. Number is structured. Graphic is unstructured. Image is unstructured. Okay. So from the data, how to make the data into the information, yeah? And then becoming knowledge. So the data is there. Okay, the data is there. The question is how to make the data become information and becoming knowledge. That's what we call knowledge discovery. Knowledge discovery. The data is there. Yeah. How to make it become information and becoming a new knowledge to you. You have learned the clustering model. The data is there. How to create information about that and becoming knowledge. So from the clustering data and then becoming cluster, from the data becoming cluster, we can have the centroid there here, and then identifying the persona of the people in the data. Yeah. So I have a YouTube channel. If you want to, there will be, I will be uploading several classes regarding the data science. I already have the data science class there in the Bakri big data class in the information systems. Yeah. So if you subscribe to my YouTube channel, supposedly you will know any class that any class lectures that is with the utmost interest, because mostly in the data science topic. Yeah. So keep keep related with the. So we need to keep relevant with the market. How to keep relevant? You need to keep learning. You keep updated if there is new models in the market, new models in the data analytics, new approach in data insights. Yeah. So there are a lot of new approach. The current semester, the financial data analytics only giving you maybe 5 pages of 100 pages of the approach. So we need to explore the data science world more if you have the interest in it. Data life cycle. Yeah. Data is created, acquired, stored, and maintained, used, and eventually destroyed. Yeah. Data life cycle. When I have a project with one company, or let's say with the HSBC, I have a project. There is what we call that agreement, yeah, to destroy the data after the project finishes. Yeah, so the end life cycle of the data is eventually destroy the data. Yeah. So in the class, yeah, we learn how to extract the data, export the data, import the data, migrate the data, validate the data, edit the data, update the data, cleanse the data, transform the data, review the data, report the data, analyze the data. Yeah. So we've been learned about that. Data life cycle. Yeah. So I hope the skill there keep you need to what we call mengasah in the seven habit. Mengasah pisau, mengasah gergaji. What is the mengasah means in English? What do you know? How to translate mengasah? So kah? Mengasah. Okay, forget it. Okay. Right. So basically, in the world today, 80% of the data is unstructured. You know that? So one of the skill that is highly needed is how to analyze unstructured data. Yeah. I am now using R to conduct the data analytics on the unstructured with the unstructured format using the text mining. Yeah. Text mining. Yeah. So I have a project now on the text mining project for the unstructured data. Okay, so the life cycle is there. And then when you in the company, yeah, we need to have a database for your customer. In the hospital, we need a database, a database, DBMS is a database management system. Yeah. Database are used by organization, institution to store, manage, and retrieve data. So what is a database? This is the database. Okay, this is the database. The data is specific. This is the transaction data. This is the employee data. Yeah. This is the customer data. This is the database. But from this database, it will become what we call data warehouse. Combination of database. Data warehouse. Okay. And then after the data warehouse, we create in the data warehouse, we create the master data that consists of all of the table data to create the business intelligence report and visualization. Yeah. Okay. This is still in the descriptive analytics. So we create reporting, create visualization. Not yet into predictive. To create the regression, the clustering, the support vector machine, not just yet. Yeah, the data also coming from Internet of Things, IoT. Yeah. And the data from 2010 that Professor Kishore developed here until 2015 having a lot of hikes, compounding annual growth rate. So maybe into 2020, in the 2021, just today, what is happening? In today, it is more than that. So going up, going up, going up, going up. Yeah. So this is the exponentially. The data is what we call that. Exponentially explode. Exponentially explode. Yeah. Okay. So far so good. Any questions? Kapish?
Pak, sorry Pak, so this data is derived from SAS, yeah Pak, or Python?
Which one?
The data from Internet of Things, Pak, the graphic.
Internet of Things. All right. Data from Internet of Things. It is coming from the sensors. Yeah. A lot is coming from sensors. What kind of sensors? Okay. You have the CCTV data. Yeah. 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah, CCTV, the sensors data. And then from the drone, when in the farmers, yeah, in the pertanian, so people is not using the people anymore, so they use sensors. Yeah, sensors coming to check the hara ingredients. Yeah, to control the hara ingredients, to control the water supply in the soil, and then drone to identify the color of the farm. Yeah, so people use sensors data. Like in the Jalan Sudirman, the camera that snapshot the car with the license plate. This is sensor data. So basically, the sensor data is the volume is very tense. Yeah? Also from the device that creates data, such as the running watch, Nike running watch. That is device that is as a sensor to send the data of the heartbeat, the distance that you run, the data, the handyphone as a device sending data to the server, telling that your GPS location move from here to here 24 hours, 7 days a week. Yeah, counting your foot step, 1,000, 3,000, 5,000. Yeah, so data from Internet of Things coming from the machine device like that. Capish?
Pronto, Pak.
Right. Any other questions? Cool. And then there are 3 V's of big data. Volume, that representing big data. 3 V's. Volume, variety, and velocity. Volume. The data in your company is a toilet ember, yeah? Something like that. This is the water crane. Water. The big data is this Sumatra Island, Danau Toba. That is big data. So you can compare the Toba Lake with the ember. Yeah. So that is giving you the idea of the scale of the big data. How do the water coming to the Lake Toba? Yeah, this is Lake Toba. The data coming from the IoT, coming from the company, coming from the social media, coming from the anything, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, I'm developing my tennis YouTube channel to show all my play I upload in the YouTube. Okay, so the video there also filling the big data, the Toba Lake. How many people in the world, yeah, creating the data? So you can imagine the last 5 years, the last 3 years, the data is exponentially explode. Yeah? Exponentially explode. Very, very intensely. So if you do not have people that is good with the data, can identify the goal within the data, because the data is the new oil now. The data is the new oil. People who we have the capability to make the data sync to the management is very expensive. Yeah? And having the skill with the storytelling, yeah, that is making a storytelling about the data. So that is also very rare. So this is what we call it. When you graduate from the program, people expectation is like that. Yeah? Expectation is like that, that you can read the data differently, yeah? And then explain it differently, because the data is the new oil, and only people with the certain skill having the capability in making the data sync to your high level management. Variety, a lot of data types. You can have audios there, videos there, emails, yeah, text, numbers. Every minute, every second, the data coming to the lake. After this class, I will download the videos and upload it in the YouTube unlisted for you. So that is also data flow to the YouTube channel. Okay. Velocity. Velocity is the speed. Yeah. Speed is now very high. So in speed topic, actually Professor Singh already discussed it in the Hadoop. Yeah, I think he already discussed about the Hadoop and map reduce to increase the speed of the big data, yeah, using Hadoop and map reduce. This is very technical. So what is the big data lessons? That big data is big. Yeah? Big data is big. Yeah? And then cloud or in-house. Yeah? The option is whether you want to use cloud as your big data solution or in-house. Cloud will be more cheaper. In-house, you have to invest very expensive. In a bank, we can only do it in-house because the data is very critical. In the companies, you can do it in cloud, no worries. And big data is messy, very messy, because the data is there. 80% is dealing with the cleaning up the data. 80%. So you can imagine the cleaning process is highly time consumed. Questions? Capish?
Pronto, Pak.
Right. We have learned, we have come to the class and learn about the SQL language. Yeah. So in order to manipulate the data, data manipulation, yeah, you have to, in order to analyze the data, you have to be able to manipulate the data. Okay. And also in manipulating the data, you also must be able to create features engineering, feature engineering, creating more data. Okay, let's say data Airbnb, home sales. The data is there only. But having the SQL to manipulate the data, you can create another table. You can create one or two or three or five more tables. Yeah. By adding time, by having the calculation within the inter data. So data A, okay, let's say you have data A and B, and you create data B, which is A plus B. You create a new column in the data. Yeah. So this is what we call feature engineering. A plus B, and then A minus B divided by B. Another data. So SQL, we can manipulate and create a feature engineering data in order to process, yeah, towards the analytics. Let's say we want to create frauds and anomalies. Yeah. Alright, fraud and anomalies. Auditors have to analyze data to detect whether there is fraud or anomalies. Yeah. Anomalies are not intentional. Let's say the data supposedly 1 million, and then the customer service put it 1 billion. It happens, yeah. Too many customer. Okay. So this is anomalies in the data. So let's say there is the data here, and then you have the data here. This is anomalies because the data is mostly here. Why the income is 1 billion? This is 1 million. The centroid. This is 1 billion. 1 trillion. So there is anomalies in the data. What is fraud? Fraud is intentional. Yeah. It's found in a few data sets. It's like finding a needle in the haystack. Yeah, fraud. Okay, so the example in frauds. Frauds in data. Okay. So most transaction average price of the product is 1 million. This is the average price. But somehow you buy your employee buy it 1 billion. He bought it 1 billion. Meanwhile, the average price is 1 million. So this is what we call fraud. Intentional. Yeah. So intentional because the transaction is far beyond the median or the mean of the transaction. So in fraud analytics, we also want to identify who is the person that is likely to commit fraud. Yeah. To commit fraud. So this can be using the transaction. So we can have the transaction is very thick here, and then very thick here, then etc. So it is suspicious that one person or okay, wait a second. The average transaction is like this, let's say. This 2 user transaction is like this. Question mark. Normal is like this. Normal transaction from user 3 until user 30, their transaction is like this. These 2 people having very thick transaction. Thin, yeah? Thick transaction. And then, so we identified there is some problem here. What happened? So they are with this vendor, and then and we identify that this is changing the vendors and entering the invoice. So calculating the transaction frequency also can identify the fraud, yeah, towards the employees. So basically, in God we trust. In God we trust. All others bring data. Yeah. Data first. Yeah. You understand the problem, you read the data, mining the data, and let the data speak the truth using the data. Do not come into conclusion without data analyze. Do not jump into conclusion using your assumption without data. That is what makes us different with others. What makes the data analytic person different than others? They do not jump into conclusion without, yeah, they do not jump into conclusion. They use data to make it sing to you, whether it is a good song or a bad song. And it will need a storyteller capabilities to deliver the message to the right person. So the business intelligence, yeah, objective is to move the data into action. Okay, you have the data. You have created the information. You have created the knowledge. But if it is only until knowledge, it is only nice to have. What matters the most is how to make the data come into action and decision. Yeah. The way you communicate the data with the authorized people, that also determine the most. The way you communicate, the way you convince the authorities to take decision based on your analytics. That is also determine the most. So only to have the knowledge, it is nice to have. Nice to have. Good for you. You can create journals for that. Yeah. But to make sure that the data give becoming a game changer, it is also something that is counted. So in the business intelligence, the data will tell us how much, how many, where are we, what are the problem, why it is happening, and the action will be how do we achieve that? How do we achieve the target? Yeah. So okay, so let's say you want to achieve the target of 100, and then your achievement, the trend is only like this, only until 80. There is a gap of 20 here. The question is how to close the gap. Which path that I should use to achieve the 20 gap. So the data, play the data, okay. So you should increase the, let's say, productivity. Okay, you should increase the productivity, because if you want to achieve the 100, the productivity must be increased from 20 to 25. Because current productivity is 22. If you get a simulation, 25 we can improve to 100. Okay, so that is the solution. How to make decision? Okay, 225. Yeah. This is one approach. Second approach, okay, you have to go to 25, but it doesn't. We need to improve our approval rate. So we need to give more better customer to improve. So we need to predict whether the customer is interested. Yeah, because if he's not interested and you offer, he will not take down the offer. Okay, he is interested, but is he predict the eligibility? Is he eligible for the product? Does he has the money? If not, useless. So you also need to predict the eligibility. So all of the model will optimize the performance of your company. So the objective is to optimize the capacity to be to optimize the capacity of the company. Yeah. Optimize the capacity, the performance of the company with the Kaizen, continuous improvement. What can I do? What can I do next to improve the company? What kind of model that I should develop to improve the sales? What kind of model I should make to improve the eligibility? What kind of model I should develop to improve the interesting people? And then you can combine the model of the interest with the eligible to identify the people which is interest and eligible to the product. So the approval rate will be better. So that's why we want to move the data into action which resulting to optimizing the capacity of the company. Arasa, kapis?
Yes, Pak. Pak, how about the anomaly and the fraud, Pak? What will happen if the auditor is not check at all, Pak? It will be the same, Pak, the graph, Pak?
What if the if the auditor do not check?
The auditor is a bit missed to check about the anomalies in the fraud. Will it have the same graph, Pak, with this in the slide 28, I think, Pak?
28. This one?
Yes, Pak. Will it be the same, Pak, kalau nggak dicek sama auditor, Pak? Misalnya kemis atau kelupaan gitu auditor ceknya.
Okay. So the performance of auditor depends on your catch. If you do not catch anything, then you do not perform. That is point number one. Yeah. So the auditors, the auditors way of thinking is that everybody is guilty unless proven not. That is the point of view of the auditors. When he sees a income statement, when he sees a balance sheet, he considers this is garbage unless it is proven right. So that is so he need to validate. He need to make verify, and then identifying double counting. So is it double counting? Is it sanity. So he need to conduct sanity check whether this is sanity. It is not. Yes, sanity check, not insane. This is so that's why I call it sanity check. Is it okay or not okay? Yeah. So basically, they've been trained, yeah, the auditors. But for junior auditors, they learn from the seniors. Yeah. This and then this point number one. Point number two, the skill of the auditors. That is also sometimes the skill 5 years ago is not relevant today. You know what I mean?
Something like what, Pak?
Okay. The skill 5 years ago is not relevant today. Why? Why not relevant? Huh? So 5 years ago, okay, let's say the fraud transaction is a cash transaction in merchant. I told you guys before that about this before. My project was to identify the fraud in the merchants in the HSBC. Whether the customer of HSBC, the merchant of HSBC conduct cash out transaction from the EDC machine. Yeah. Okay, the customer swipe to the EDC machine and then, okay, give me 300. I can swipe and then give 300. So the point is the transaction in the merchant will be increased. But it is not a transaction to buy the cloth, not a transaction to buy the products, but only to take cash from the EDC machine. Yeah. Because the regulator from the central bank forbid that. If we conduct that, will be punished, will be penalty from the central bank. So me as the digital payment, the payment gateway, must identify it, yeah, to report it to the central bank. Which bank should be penalized? Which bank should be punished? Every month I create, yeah, punishment report, yeah, to the bank, to the merchant that conducts the fraud transaction. How to do that? The skill 5 years ago will not be able to catch that. Yeah? I use SAS. I use SAS to identify the fraudsters, to identify the merchants. If I use SPSS, cannot. If I use what we call that, R, cannot. Why R cannot? Because R only for small data. R cannot be used for big data. Yeah? R cannot. Python can. Only Python and SAS can. So 5 years ago, 5 years ago, or 5 years ago, the model is not there yet. The model. So there is neural network, or there is random forest. The model is not there. It's not been found yet. And now people found the neural network, the model. So the name is, let's say the name is neural network. So neural network, or the neural network XGBoost model. You can check on the Google XGBoost model. So this model helps me identify the fraud transaction more easier rather than using the regular model. In regular model, I need to write codes, let's say 10 pages. 10 pages of codes, you can imagine. 10 pages of codes. And the transaction is divided into three stages. Stage 1 data, stage 2 processing, stage 3 reporting. 3 stages: data generation from all transaction, and then processing to do the scoring of the transaction, and then the reporting 3 times. Using the neural, I can do it faster, yeah, from 10 pages to 5 pages, or using the AZBush, using from 5 to 3 pages. So there is optimization as well in the codes. The code is being optimized as well. Not only the model optimized the result, but the coding itself has been optimized. Yeah. Kapis, Iqbal?
Pronto, Pak.
Yeah, so the technology is improving a lot. A lot of people, a lot of smart people develop new ways in improving the codes. All right, good questions.
Yes.
Yes.
Does it have something to do with encrypted data or
Not
something?
encrypted data, only improving the okay, let's say in SQL, in the proc SQL, this is proc SQL, proc SQL. You can compare with the data step model. So I already introduced you with the data step model. The proc SQL model, we use, let's say, 10 lines. In data step, we use 3 lines. Did you notice that? Yeah, the proc print, the for the SQL is proc SQL, select data from where, yeah, and then for the data step we can use the proc tabulate. We call proc tabulate. The result will be the same. Yeah, proc tabulate and proc SQL. In proc SQL, to develop the report, we need 10 lines. In proc tabulate, we only need 3 lines. So we improve the codes, yeah, using to become better, yeah, to become lighter, in more lighter approach, data step model and proc SQL model. Yeah. The data is the same, but the process is the coding is much more simpler and the process is much more lighter. Rasa? Kapish?
So Pak, the SQL and proc tabulate is the same model, ya, Pak?
The same SAS, but the proc SQL is one approach using the SQL model in Microsoft SQL. Select from where there is SQL language in Microsoft SQL, Microsoft language. SAS can adopt SQL language using proc SQL. SAS real language is the data step language, proc tabulate. Yeah, I send you the book of Ron Cody. Read the book. That is the real language. So the language is SAS is 2, proc SQL and data step language. In data step language, so because Professor Kishore do not put the data step language in the workshop, he put only the proc SQL language. So no worries. I give you the book already on the data step. Find the book of Ron Cody. All the book I already sent it to you. So your reference is complete if you want to use data step in the process. From 10 lines becoming only 3 lines in data step, but the logic is different. That's the problem. So the logic is kind of different than the proc SQL on the data step. Kapish?
Pronto, Pak.
So the improvement not only on the optimization but on the codes within the same SAS, within the same Python. Yeah. The version is version 1, version 2, version 3. There is Python is open source. People improve the language in the communities. There are communities for Python, and then the researcher create a way on improving the language, the machine learning language. SAS is machine learning, Python is machine learning, R is machine learning. But R cannot not recommended for big data because R for big data is very slow. SAS is the most easiest language compared to R and Python, but Python is the most relevant with the most in the big data. Python is the most updated because it is open source. People is improving. Many people try to improve. Therefore, Python is highly accepted in the market. SAS is belong to SAS company, America. So, and must be pay. Yeah, we need to pay a lot if you want to use SAS. Yeah, you are very lucky to have the the SAS from the market. Okay, cool. And then Mr. SW, okay, yeah. All right, so the data become information, become knowledge, and it will influence the strategy. Yeah. So you have to bring new ambience to the company, that you create the strategy accordingly with what the knowledge has been generated from the information and the data that you have generated. Yeah. Strategy. Yeah, strategy. Do not create a strategy from just a judgment. Yeah, judgment. So very dangerous because we are in a fragile situation. Volatility is very high. Yeah, do not jump into decision without data analytics. So last slide, coming back on the analytic maturity. Yeah. Where are you going to bring your maturity level? Is it going to be in the statistic analytics, forecasting, predictive modeling, or optimization? Yeah. I can only bring the horse to the river, but I cannot make the horse drink. That is the caption I like a lot. So I hope I open your eyes on the blue ocean area where the people is now striving to go there. Yeah? Because the opportunity is very high. Very high. Yeah? And then, right. So the assessment detail for the final examination, Professor Kishore said that it will be a take-home assessment. I don't know. Now it is 2 hours kah? Duration is 2 hours.
Iya, Pak.
Iya, Pak.
Okay, not submission. Late submission will not be marked. Be careful. Be careful. I'm not sure. Okay. This is. Please note that your paper will be submitted through Turnitin. Do not even try to copy paste because you will identify if the answer is. You need to refresh if you want to quotes from some paper or some textbook or whatever. You need to refresh it in your own words. Yeah. Okay. Cool. He make a Turnitin on the assessment. Okay. Working hours 2 hours. Yeah. 5 questions. 10 mark each. Yeah, topic 1 and 2, introduction and data concepts. Okay. Question 2 will be big data, right? Topic 5 and 6, audit trails and audit procedures. Yeah. Maybe you can also listen again to to his topics in his videos, yeah, to ensure if there is some area that you do not understand. Fraud, visualization, and question 5, SAS programming, similar to workshop. Okay, SAS programming. Okay, more supposedly in the basic queries, yeah, basic queries. If there is data here and here and here, select from where, yeah. So this is, forget not, if the data is from A and B, forget not to put the letter A and B, because if you do not put that, it will be considered wrong. Yeah. I put the remarks on the last assignment, yeah. So a lot of us forget to put the A and B on the data tables, yeah. Where to answer? Okay. How to answer the questions? Tips, get an early night. Okay. All right.
You will share this PowerPoint, right?
Yeah, we'll share the video. The PowerPoint,
Okay.
is combining all the material from the chapter 1 until chapter 11, ya, Novela. But if you want me to
Can you please send
okay,
this one?
sure. Okay, predictive
Thank you,
analytics
Pa.
is helping to improve claim process in the insurance company. Discuss, okay, sample question. This is interesting. Manufacturing, the public sector and healthcare has captured less than 30% of potential value analytics. Discuss why this is the case. Capture less than 30% of the potential value. Okay, yeah. Capture less than 30% of the potential value from the analytics. Yeah, because yeah, you can imagine, put your wildest imagination, 30%, because the 70% potential is not there, because a lot of people apply for insurance but they have not eligible. Yeah, maybe like that, yeah, not eligible. So we need to have the analytics, yeah, that identify the eligible people. So we should offer that to the eligible people. So the eligible people will be, you check the saving account, how much money do they have. So the higher the saving balance, the better, because they have the eligibility compared to the people that is not having low balance. So you should offer the product to the people with the higher saving balance, something like that, yeah. So use the bring down the analytics to your perspective, yeah. Discuss how predictive analytics is helping to improve the claim process in the insurance industry. Yeah. So, okay, let me, this is interesting. I like the question. Let me try. Okay, there is interest for the insurance, eligible for the insurance. Develop the model for interest people, and then move it to the model of the eligible people to find the people which has interest and eligible. Simple. How the predictive analytics? This is the predictive, yeah. So the interest, yeah. The interest people. How do you find the interest people? Using the clustering. Okay. This is the model. This is the people that is interest in insurance. This is in the bank, automotive. This is the retail. This is education. This is the travel. This is the persona. You remember the, okay, on the clustering in the marketing, yeah? Okay, this is the insurance. So when people position like this, in here, his distance with the insurance is very close compared to the bank, compared to the travel. So Mr. A, you can offer him insurance because now this is the predictive analytics, yeah, predictive analytics using the Euclidean distance. Okay, I think you do not learn about the Euclidean distance. I think you learn the Euclidean distance in the business analytics, yeah, in the clustering model. You learn the clustering model in the business analytics, the last chapter, I think. Do you recall? The clustering in the business analytics.
In your class, Pak. Remember, first semester.
The business analytics. You learn the.
Oh no, clustering, right? Remember? In the first semester,
No,
we'll talk about
not
clustering
about the
and stuff.
marketing. The business analytic class.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
What kind of model, Pak?
The K-means
Clustering model.
the K-means clustering model.
Okay, means.
Yes, K-means clustering model. You identify the persona. So the persona is, this one is insurance people. So this is the transaction, yeah. Okay, let's say this is the there is the two variable, yeah. Okay, three variable, something like that. This is the model, yeah. This is the clustering. So we have the data. You have three transaction, something like that. So this one is transaction is morely into the insurance. So and then there is Sarah here. And then what is the distance from Sarah towards the each of the persona? Okay, Sarah persona is very close to A, meaning Sarah will be interested in insurance. Okay, Sarah will be interested. So let's find top three cluster that is close the most. Okay, A, B, and C. Okay, D is very far. Okay, A, B, and C, so very close. So Sarah will be interested in insurance, travel, and bank, let's say. And then eligible. Okay, so Sarah will be interested. Okay, Sarah, check. And then eligible. We can use the regression model, binary logistic model. Binary logistic model. One is oh no. Do not use that. Eligible using regression linear, regression model. Using regression model to identify y is the transaction or the volume, constanta plus AB x plus C, AX plus BX, and then you get the threshold volume of the transaction. If exceeding 0.8, then he is eligible. If below, not eligible, something like that. Putting a threshold in the y variable, dependent variable. Okay, the threshold is 0.8 and then he is eligible. Okay, so Sarah is interested and eligible. So there is predictive analytics. You can combining models to create better performance, to optimize the data, rather than you offer all people but they all reject. Better you offer the interest people and then they are eligible. So people that you offer the product or services is the people who is interest and eligible for your product. Arasa? Capish?
Yes, Pak. So it means that the predictive analysis is very, very helpful to improve the claim process, Pak.
Indeed. So you can create interest, eligible, churn data accordingly with the problem. Improve the claim. Improve the claim. So interest and eligible. If the problem is improve the churn, improve the churn. So the model is not eligible. The churn interest and churn. Will he churn after 1 year or not? If he churn, do not offer. If he not churn, offer the product. Depend on the questions, yeah. What kind of area to improve? The claims, the churn, retention. Arasa? Capish?
Pronto, Pak.
Question number 3. Briefly discuss the concept of data cubes. Yes.
Why you're not turning to Korean, Pak Araso?
Araso.
Araso, it's Korean,
yeah,
right?
Araso, what? Do you understand? Araso yo.
Yeah.
I'm
Suddenly you shift from Italian to Korean.
I watch Italian Korean movie.
Korean drama?
Korean drama.
Is it Korean
Yes.
drama?
The sun and the
Descendants of the Sun.
yeah. Okay. And then the data.
It's like the story of my life, yeah, Pak.
Is it good?
No, it's really good.
I'm also
Have you
now
watched it?
watching Vincenzo.
Oh, I haven't watched that one.
Netflix. Okay. So data cubes. Nah, data cubes. Data cubes. Data cubes. Did he talk about data cubes in the PowerPoints? I don't think he put it. No worries.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. How come he come with the data cubes? All right. Okay, this is the data A, B, and C. Okay, A, B, and C. And then the data cube is like this. This is the cubes. So this is the transaction data. This is the demographic data. This is the product holding data. This is the customer data. This is the another data. So cubes will be like a cubes. So all of them is 360 degrees, yeah. No, so you can switch, yeah, and then the cubes. Yeah? So that is the concept of cubes. So when you have the A, B, and C and F, yeah, okay. So you can in the SQL approach, you select the data from A, B, C, and D to create the master data. So there is A, B, C, 8 left 8 data, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 database. 6 database. You select from select A.id, B.a, C.a gitu. So that is the concept of cubes. Selecting the data from all the tables, yeah, using the unique ID, yeah, unique relationship data. Let's say like customer ID data. So all of them must be having, let's say A to B having connectivity using the customer ID. B and C having the connectivity using the collection ID. C and F having the unique same ID of the KTP ID. Yeah. So using the data uniqueness data relationship within the table, that will create a data cubes. All the data will be connected using the data relationship, yeah, the unique data relationship which lies in the data, yeah. So that is the concept. Araso? Right. List and briefly describe the 3 V's and how they relate to big data. Very easy, yeah. Volume, variety, and velocity. So Fraud is a problem. Discuss how data analysis can assist fraud examiners in investigating potentially fraudulent activities. Yeah. Okay, we talked about that before, yeah. So you can explore more. And then discuss two applications of data visualization method with regard to fraud and anomaly detection. How do you create data visualization with regard to fraud and anomaly? Yeah, using the
neural network ya Pak?
No. Just using the simple data, using the so using the coordinates, data coordinates, yeah. In Tableau, we can the data have the x and y, yeah. This is x and this is y, yeah. The data transaction x and y. X can be savings, maybe. Y can be deposits, something like that. Saving is 0, deposit is very high. This one is anomalies, yeah. Or deposit is 0, but saving is very high. So the most of the data stays here. Okay, this is most of the data. 95% of the data is here. But this friend position transaction is here. Is here. Is here. There are 3 points that is not within the cluster. This is anomalies using the X and Y. Simple. And fraud and anomaly using the Tableau data visualization. Rasa?
So clusters
Not
ya Pak?
cluster, only coordinates. Only using the dot. The dot visualization in Tableau. There is in Tableau we can have chart, bubble. We can use bubble or dot. You can use bubble. There is bubble here, bubble here, bubble here. But mostly it is all here. 95%. This one is fraud or anomalies. Good questions. Very interesting. Okay. 7. Write a SAS program to create a report that display the number of employees residing in each city using the city column. Yeah, ProcSQL. Refer to ProcSQL output as below. Interesting. ProcSQL. Yeah. Select, yeah, from where. That's simple. Select city. Oh, you want to have city. And then how many table? Use the city column and the count function. Yeah. Sum dari from what? Employees kah? Employees. Yeah. From A city, B employee. Say, let's say something like that. From A table of city table from table A and table B, something like that. Okay, where A customer ID equal to B customer ID. So make sure that it is they have the same ID from the table A and table B. Yeah. Okay. Remember, these are only examples. Oh, okay, no worries. There are not question taken from the exam question paper. Okay. So that is the kind of. All right. So that's all the topic tonight. Any questions?
So the last question is about the SAS. So we are going to use the prop SQL, ya, Pak?
Yes, refer to ProcSQL.
Are we going to create the new data
No
set,
need,
Pak?
because this is the simple, eh? Only
Oh,
5
okay.
marks. Create a SAS program to create a report that display the number of employees residing in each city. Use the city column and the count function. Yeah. Group the data and order the output by city. Yeah, just the codes. Just the codes.
So we have to make the SAS,
No
Pak?
need, no need, no need.
Or
2 hours only. Impossible. So you just create the codes. You just create the codes. Just create the codes.
Can you like solve the question right now, Pa, so we know how to answer it later, Pa, since we have about 40 minutes left.
40 minutes left from what? From the class. Okay.
Yeah, the class, we still have time, right, Pa? So I think this is the only question that all of us do not understand, Pa.
All right, no worries.
Thank you, Pa.
This one is SAS. Okay. This one, exactly. This is average, this is the count. This one. Select ProcSQL, select department, comma, count all as count from Orion employee information. Group by department, having count greater, GE is greater or equal 25, order by count description quit. Okay, let's see. Produce a report showing the count of employees in those departments that has at least 25 people. Yeah, the same kan? Okay. Orion employee information. Select department. Okay. Okay. This one. ProcSQL. Titik koma. Select city, koma, kemudian lihat di sini, let's see, five, structure, count all, as count, okay, count all as count. Select department. Oh, okay. The data is already on the employee information. Yeah. The data is already in the employee address. This one is address. Okay. This one, what is the data looks like? The Orion employee address. Use the Orion employee address will be the address of each employee, isn't it? As the source data set. And then in the address there is city. Okay. The data will be the city of the employee. Select the city and then count total of the employee there. Count all as count, yeah. As count all as count, and then group the data and order the output by the city. Okay, and then you check again here, you can see from the Orion employee information. This one is from the Orion employee address. Orion employee address. Okay, so city count all as count from Oracle employee address. Where? Yeah. Is there any clause of? Is there any require as where there? Okay, group by department. No need. Having count greater or equal 25, no need. Order by count description. Order by from the high to the low. High to low, ya. 201, 34, 26, 25. High to low. Okay. Quit. Okay, so proc SQL select city, count all as count from Orion employee address and cities where the company lives. That's all. Only 3 lines. Finish and quit. Yeah, but forget not on the title. Title you put here. Title. What is the title? Yeah, titik koma. Proc SQL select titik koma. Forget not titik koma from titik koma. Quit titik koma. That's all. Very easy, ya. Araso?
Pronto.
Okay, good. Yeah, only three rows. Yeah. Why should open the SAS? No need. Yeah. Proc SQL select the city and count all as count from Orion employee address. Quit. Forget not titik koma, titik koma, titik koma, and the title titik koma. What else? Any questions? Okay. Okay. Select from where is only one dot colon, ya. Okay. Select from. Do not use select dot colon from dot colon. No. Select from where dot colon quit. Okay. And then to put the title, you put a hashtag there. Okay, or you can also use the title. Okay, proc SQL title dot colon. Select city, comma, from dot comma. Something like that. Quit dot comma. That's simple. Okay. So 2 ways, using the hashtag and dot comma or using title quote dot comma. Right. Any more questions? Right. What else? 7. Okay. That's all, ya.
By the way, Pak, nanti exam kita I think is on Tuesday morning ya Pak, or afternoon. Maybe later if you have any question, can we just WhatsApp you, Pak?
Sure, no. Okay.
Stres Pak, 50% nih, takut fail, jujur deh Pak.
Tanggal 13 ini hari Rabu ya?
Rabu, 2 o'clock ya?
Iya, Rabu jam 2.
Rabu jam 2. Okay. Wait a second. Ethically, I cannot do that. Ethically. Yeah. Ethically, I cannot do that. Maybe yes, maybe not. Yeah. Depends on the condition. Yeah, Aswin. I cannot say yes, I will inform you or not. But let me. You have only 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. Okay, I do not want to ruin your mind. So you should focus on the problems. Yeah, focus on the problem, and then trust yourself. Yeah, trust yourself. What makes you trust yourself? What can make you trust your own self?
You Pak, you can make me trust myself.
No, I mean, what can? Okay, if you are going to the battle, and then you put the utmost of you, yeah, you put your most effort, and then what makes you confidence in yourself is that you have a good preparation. The the question is out there. Okay, there is the material is out there. Yeah. So basically, it is you supposedly you exercise, read, not only just one time, 3 times read the materials. If there is any exercise, do it. Not by looking at it. No, 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 no. You should master it. You should did it yourself. Yeah. So then that's why then you can be confident on yourself. Yeah. Forget anybody else. Forget me. Forget anyone. You are on your own. Just that is the way we think when we are turning into battle. Yeah.
The recording of this lecture will be
I
uploaded
will
to
upload
Paya.
all of them. The 3 of them.
Thank you,
For
Pa.
the SAS and the
And-
Tableau and this one. Tonight.
And the recording, yeah,
Also
Pa.
the
The recording of this lecture, yeah.
Of course.
Thank you,
Right.
Pa.
Okay, so that's all the class, guys. So